This is Gary Williams, who started his football at Derrinallum in 1966, had a famous father called Bill Williams, who played at fullback for the Derrinallum Football Club, and one of the hardest players that you would ever see. Gary, welcome. Tell us about your career at the Derrinallum Football Club, starting back in '66.
As a young fellow, very keen to play footy. Never really knew a lot about my dad's football ability, only that he was a tough, straight-ahead man. No questions asked. I obviously enjoyed playing there. A great bunch of people, good players, and a very great time. And I was very fortunate to make it into the seniors, which took me quite a while to come to grips with playing football at a different level, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I just wish I could still play footy, even though I'm an old fart now.
So coming out of the junior club into the senior club, you found that a little bit more difficult, quicker than...
A lot faster, John.
Harder?
Harder, yeah. You had to be think quicker. And something I regret doing, or not doing, was to learn to kick on the wrong foot. Being a left footer, you could always seem to be able to turn a lot easier. But when I moved up to the next grade, it became quite difficult to get away because they were always onto you.
The Western Plains Football Club at that stage were very, very strong in competition.
Well, I thought so, yeah. There was 8 teams in the comp, and it was a very strong competition, and some good footballers moved on from that particular competition.
Anybody comes to mind who you played with in that strong comp?
I played with Graham Jelly, who moved on to St Kilda.
Wonderful player.
Oh, great player. Very smooth runner, beautiful mover. I played a few games at North Ballarat, but that was later on, where I got to play with Mick Malthouse, Val Perovic and Stewie Gull. But unfortunately my heart was tied to Derrinallum, so I went back to Derrinallum.
Absolutely. So did you go back as coach then, or did you play for a while before you coached?
Yes, I played with Derrinallum until 1971. And then Lismore came along and approached me, and I was still a bit tied to mum's apron strings, I suppose. I was quite happy to be at Derrinallum. But my friend at the time, who was a teacher in Derrinallum, convinced me that I should at least have a go. And that lady is now my wife.
So you went to Lismore and coached?
I went to Lismore as coach in 1972, and we were lucky enough to win by comfortably over Derrinallum.
You won a premiership there at
Lismore. And then the following year at Lismore again, we got pipped by Carnham Lincoln at Ropewood by a couple of points. And after that, I felt that I'd actually lost the respect of the players at Lismore.
Why would you say that?
It felt as though I wasn't being listened to anymore. There was, I think, underlying.
So this would be your third year in coaching?
Second. The end of my second year, John.
Yes.
Yeah, and I went back to Derrinallum.
After 2 years?
After 2 years, yeah.
So you played, you won it, coached them into a grand final and a premiership?
Yes.
And a grand final the second year? And you felt as though you'd lost?
Yeah, I felt as though I'd lost the players, yeah.
It was a bold move to then move out of there?
It was, but I thought it was the right time. I just inwardly I felt that I'd lost the respect of the players.
So you went back to Derrinallum?
Back to Derrinallum. We had a good year in 74. I'd hurt my knee previously, and that became a bit of a restraint. I had trouble running, trouble turning. My knee would swell up every day. So it just became difficult. And then a couple of years at Derrinallum again, and then I got married.
And that finished your football career?
Football at Derrinallum. And a year after married, we moved to Geelong, and I became involved with the Port Arlington Football Club. And
in what capacity were you there?
I started just to play for $40 a game.
How old were you at this stage?
31. Around about 31. And played there for 5 years. Played in a couple of premierships there as well with some really good players.
So overall, your football life has been very good. You've played in a few premierships, which is
I've been
what it's all about.
I've been very fortunate to play with some very good players in a couple of wonderful teams, and we have played some great footy and good premierships, yes.
And how do you feel about these days when you come back and you see the people that you played with or started off with?
Absolutely love it. It just doesn't happen enough, and unfortunately we all get older and people can't make these reunions, but it's good fun to talk to the existing players that you played with. The stories get bigger and better, you kick more goals.
Why not?
Exactly, why not? It's such good fun, and I think it should carry on for as long as we all possibly can do it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Gary Williams.
Thank you, Tom.